Hi, I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach, and this is the Organize Your Life podcast. I am passionate about organizing because it makes my clients' lives so much easier, more relaxed, and with more time to spend the way they want to. In every podcast in the show, I'll lay out a simple organizing concept, and I'll tell you why it's important. I'll also include an action step at the end so you can start practicing right away. My specialty is chunking down this big topic so it's not overwhelming. That's the concept for this podcast, which is based on my first book, 52 Simple Ways to Get Organized. The book is available on my website and on Amazon. I work with clients in person in the Berkeley, California area and via email and Skype, so you don't have to be local to me. Visit the Hire tab on my website or email me at claire@cluttercoach.net. If you like the show, please rate it and review it. To do that, go to my website, cluttercoach.net, and scroll down for the show notes. Each show notes post has a link to leave a review in iTunes. I would so appreciate that. Okay, on to the podcast. There are still 2 more days to enter my contest. In case you missed it, it's a contest to win a PDF copy of my book, 52 Simple Ways to Get Organized. Here's the idea. Go to my Facebook page, find my latest Facebook Live post, and write a sentence or 2 in the comments section below telling me what idea or technique you've learned from my podcast that's been the most valuable to you. I will give away 3 copies of the ebook to people who write in, randomly chosen. Sound good? Go to Facebook and find me at Clutter Coach Claire. I'll be posting more Facebook Live videos in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for those as well. All right, this is podcast 84, and it's about New Year's resolutions. Of course it is. It's January 4th, and if you made any resolutions, the holidays are definitely over, and you have to face putting them into action. If you didn't make any resolutions or think they're complete baloney, listen in anyway. I know lots of people hate resolutions, mainly because they think resolutions are a great way to set yourself up for just flopping. They entice you to set unreachable goals and then just become depressing when the goal gets no closer. They make you feel crummy whenever you fall off the particular wagon you've resolved to stay on. That makes a lot of sense. Even the word resolution's kind of heavy. I prefer to set intentions. Intentions have a little wiggle room built in. You can fail one day and then set your attention again the next day and keep moving forward. Intention is a more positive word, too. Being positive about what you intend is crucial. I recently read a New York Times article by David DeSteno, who's written a book called Emotional Success. In a nutshell, he writes that feelings of gratitude, compassion, and pride will get you much farther than sheer grit and willpower. One thing those emotions have in common is that they are directed outward, often toward other people. The connection they bring to others is the main reason they're so effective. And that is why it's so helpful to have someone to be accountable to when you're trying to develop a new habit. DeSteno comes down a little hard on willpower, though. In past podcasts, I've mentioned Kelly McGonigal's work on willpower. I took her class a few years ago, and I recommend her book, The Willpower Instinct. A lot of what I got from it is that we develop strategies to increase our willpower, and not surprisingly, many of these strategies involve positive emotions. So it's really not a matter of bearing down and sacrificing yourself for a goal. The image of a successful person being one who can valiantly resist temptation just really isn't accurate. It's not the resisting. It's the focusing on something else that the person values more highly, and it makes the decisions no-brainers. McGonigal and I both recommend starting small with goals that you take action on every day. Making progress every day, or almost every day, gives you a win that you can be proud of, and that begets more wins. If you're losing more than winning, you need to choose a different action or make it smaller. Don't keep pushing and chastising yourself. The everyday part is also important, and I've written quite a bit about that. Doing something every day ultimately becomes a habit, and when it's a habit, you don't have to think about it so much, if at all. That means no agonizing, no decision point where you're going to succeed or fail each time. If every day doesn't make sense for whatever you're doing, make it regular in some other way. Every Friday, perhaps. Every time you fill in the blank. Whenever fill in the blank happens. That's when you do the thing. This is the technique of attaching your good new habit to something you're already doing so that you don't have to resist doing it. Similarly, attaching your new habit to something community-oriented works very well. That brings in the social element that's so important for us humans. Feeling that you're part of something bigger than yourself. Feeling that you are doing something along with others who support you merely by being there too. For me, there's also the anti-laziness aspect of the community event. I like to dance. The dances I go to are on my calendar. They will occur without me having to plan them. And when I go, I dance with people I know and like, who look forward to seeing me, and vice versa. So there's that positive accountability, which is a big draw. There are two ideas you can try. First is the small action. Pick one little thing you can do to further your goal. This can be a discrete task or a recurring one. Just make it small enough to be doable. If at first you don't succeed, try again by changing the action. Second, find a way to take action regularly. Every day works, especially if you do it at the same time every day, because there should be some kind of trigger, like eating breakfast, getting in the car, checking your email. Or find a regular place to put it in your weekly calendar, teaming it up with something that you also regularly do, or relying on the external accountability of a class or activity you've signed up for. So here's what you can do right now. Pick one of those strategies and try it out. Don't worry that you pick something too small or too easy. This is not supposed to be hard or make you suffer. Go ahead, try it. Hey, thanks for listening. I'm Claire Tompkins, the Clutter Coach. If you like the show, I'd love it if you leave a rating and review in iTunes. You can subscribe, too, so the podcast will be ready and waiting for you to listen to. You'll find the show notes on my blog at www.cluttercoach.net, and you can check out my store to find books I've written and a whole bunch of other stuff. If you're a fan of the show, you can become a patron on patreon.com for as little as $1 a month. You can find my page by going to the Patreon website, that's Patreon, and searching on Clutter Coach. I'll still post the podcast free of charge, but I've got some cool rewards for folks who want to help me make the show even better. Come back next week for a new podcast.